Hey, a little update here on the Big Red project. I got my bumpers done and my roll bar done up at Merchant Metal Fabrication, and he does fantastic work. Super happy with his work. I told him I needed some big old school bumpers and kind of gave him a picture of my dad's old truck, and all I had was a very front picture, which was not very clear. But this is what he came up with, and I'm super happy about it and how it turned out. Looks like I got maybe a little black overspray paint right there. That's okay. This truck's kind of a clunker. I wanted to put this type of a hitch on here because I have a trailer that has a swivel on the trailer hitch itself, on the neck of the trailer hitch, and so that allows me to articulate when I'm out on the trail and going through rocks and so forth, and you don't lose your hitch. So there's a little pin keeper I can put that underneath here so that thing can't come off. But it makes for a simple and very effective and strong solution. This is bolted to this rear steel bumper, and the bumper is welded to the frame. So that's all set. Also have a roll bar, very simple roll bar with 3 tabs across here. I plan on putting a white bar across here. Actually just a aluminum channel across the top of this. And then the way my dad had it on his truck is he had 2 little lights that were clear for reverse, or he used to call them for people that came up on him with high beams. He'd click those on, to let you know, hey, just a friendly reminder, your high beams are on. So that's why he put those on there, but also for backing up. And then he had a couple of turn signal indicators with a forward and a rear lens. So the front lens was orange and the rear lens was red, and those were also mounted to that bar. He didn't really have any big fog lights or anything like that. So I'm building it to tribute his truck. So that's what the roll bar looks like. It's energized right now, so it's gonna make little noises. I put some rock lights on there. The rock lights are from Gimpified RC. And he builds awesome rock lights, so you can check with Kyle on that. And then the front, it has all beef on that front bumper. It's beefy. It's all steel. I put the D rings in there. They're bolted through the steel bumper. The steel bumper's welded to the frame. Went with a Warn winch, mostly for looks. This hook here doesn't actually hook into the winch. This actually goes through an eyelet and then back inside the cab here to a Reef's 800 LP winch for actual winching duties. And I'll try and show you that in this video at the end there. So anyways, big shout out to Merchant Metal Fab. I went with a plug style that I did once before on my Bronco. Even though I don't energize this particular winch, I did a little weathering to it. I'll probably do a little bit more before I'm done. There's still some shiny spots on it. And then, but this plug here is plugs into the grill. So the actual male part plug is glued into the grill, and then this plugs into it. Kind of like what you do on a normal full size. If you wanted to take your winch back off and use it on another vehicle, or maybe move from one side to the other. But that's kind of how we used to do it back in the old days in the 70s. So just kind of old school. I'm going to be printing an interior for this. Abrams is going to let me print one of the interiors for this thing, and I'm probably going to replace the windows. It came with windows. They're not well glued in, and they're pretty foggy. Which kind of adds to it. So, and I broke one, so I'm going to replace definitely the one I broke. I'm probably going to replace the windshield. The rest of the windows I might leave them foggy just for the old school look. So, anyways, stick around for the rest of the video, and thanks for watching. Show you how the front bumper turned out. Also got a roll bar in there. Got to add some lights to that roll bar. Yeah, I'm building this for my dad as a tribute build to a vehicle he used to own called Big Red. And he had a big old front bumper on that sucker with a big winch. Trying not to blind you guys with the headlights. They're not super bright, but you get the idea. This bumper means business. Got the old school worn winch on there. Now that winch is not being used, it's just there for looks. There is a Reese 800 LP back inside doing the winching duties. Not sure how strong that winch would be, but give you an idea. Sorry about the crunchy gravel and the bad sound. Here you've got your standard beefy Tonka. Cat. And the Dodge. Just kind of digging into that 3/8 minus. Try the winch out. If I pull from here, it's probably going to cause that blade to dig in. Oh, look at that. It's pulling it. And the blade's digging in. Truck's holding though pretty good. I'm impressed. See, we'll spool it out and back up. Unhook our hook. These D-rings were anodized red, and I used a little easy off to get rid of that anodizing. Pretty happy with how this truck's turning out. Interior is going to be the next thing. I'm just kind of pushing stuff around. Pretty beefy boy. Big red. Thanks for watching.